The first time I saw a dead body, it was in the single digits of my youth. He was the father of a cousin on my dad's side, I think, but I don't really know the blood ties, to tell you the truth. My family is huge and it seems as if I'm related to everyone. I was surprised, not because he was dead, but because his family was wearing white, and from what Western culture taught me, that wasn't supposed to be right. Now fast forward to when I was 9 and I find myself in a hospital with my brother, sister, aunt, and father, standing around my mother for the last time. She was so still, so incredibly still. I began to cry, not because she was dead, but because when I looked around, I realized that everyone was crying but me. I thought to myself, what sort of person, sort of son must I be to have dry eyes in a time when oceans clash with emotions for lives uncertain? The funeral service was a week long, a whole fucking week. That gave me some time to put things in perspective, and I found myself sitting in a room with another cousin next to me, and I finally said, Michael Bamamayoi, which means I don't have a mom anymore. I solidified death as a powerful entity in my life. I knew I would never be the same. I wonder what it was I could have possibly gained from such insight at such an early age, because, you see, every death since then has been a weird version of that day. And I remember them all. Old age, cancer, car accident, suicide, exhaustion. I remember them all. But I don't just remember the people who die. I remember those like me who've been left behind, changed again for the remainder of time. Sa Kim stayed a steady force when her mother died. My sister took up the reins of the family when mine did. My father kept drinking. Sa'i became my mom. My brother shut down. I became a diplomat and built bridges of communication between my kin, because if it wasn't going through me, it was almost always arguing. And when I was alone, I sat in silence, soaking up the sins of the sun, wondering if each would be my last one. Are you watching me, Mom? I used to think so. A few years back, I moved to Portland for an aunt and uncle, dementia and cancer, and I watched them live out the last year of their lives. My uncle so weak, how he fought for his beloved wife. He succeeded. He helped take care of her until the end of her days. A short while later, he stopped trying and too was laid to rest. But the biggest tragedy to me was the devastated son bent on the destruction of his own mortal soul. It seemed as if for him there was nowhere else to go. And I wasn't that far off either. I'm never far off. Death and I have a relationship, you see. We have an understanding of the connections of those who have ceased to be. And even though I may drift closer to the other side, we have come to an agreement that I would have to abide by the fundamental laws I've set forth, rules to structure and evolving me. And even though I haven't ceased to be, I still feel the life leaving me. I'd say it hurts, but it feels numb, if anything. Almost as if I've been drinking 181 rum. What would you think if you were watching me, Mother? Did I really fail so miserably? The questions of a son. The questions of lives undone.